My name is Martin Canale, and I am a sculptor.
Hey everyone, happy.
Wow.
Good
an intro, bro.
Fun? Yeah, a little fun. Hey, what's going on?
High budget, dude. I love it.
Hope everyone's doing well. Happy Wednesday. Tonight's a special show. Two spectacular guests that we're having. We're having our Artist Appreciation Day this evening, and we're going to celebrate Marcos as well and his success with StatueCon. We're going to give you some details, and he's going to share some special things he has planned. Awesome community event, and of course, I'm going to kick it off. We're joined by legendary artist. If you've been in the statue game, you're gonna know Martin Canale, one of the best. I still say a pioneer in putting Sideshow on the map and where they are today. So, Martin, welcome to the channel. I appreciate you taking time out of your evening.
Big introductions. Thank you so much. So I will get red.
No. Appreciate you being here, and I look forward to having a good discussion tonight.
I hope I can do my best to do a nice speaking English.
We'll get you're doing fantastic. We're gonna we're gonna get some good questions in there for you this evening. Marcos, what's going on, Marcos? Happy Wednesday.
Man. Good, very good. I taught Martin everything he knows. Very proud of it. No, I'm not an artist. He's the guy.
You
nice
are.
To be here.
Your way you are.
I've been on the show one time, a long time ago. I answered a question. Like I got up in the middle of the night and I jumped on your show. It was like a while back.
A while ago. I think it was one of the beginning episodes.
Yeah.
But always glad to have you on the show. So glad you can stop by, and thanks for making this happen. Really.
It's for you guys, man. Really, I'm trying to squeeze time in, man. Like time is starting to shrink, and I'm trying to get you in here and him in here and have somebody else in here. Everybody deserves this. You're all part of the community. Period. So
it means a lot.
Yeah, absolutely, guys.
And we're going to talk about StatueCon because that's probably the biggest thing that's happening this year so far for the local collectors, and even some international collectors who are flying in. So looking forward to discussing that as well. On the panel tonight, we got Alan. What's going on, Alan? Happy Wednesday. How you doing?
Yeah, doing great. Really fun to be here tonight. Martin Canale is like legendary, so it's a huge honor for me to actually be on a panel with him. I've been really looking forward to it. So interesting to see what we're going to hear tonight. And Marcos, always good to see you. CollectorZown, appreciate it.
Thank you, Alan. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Alan.
Vision, how you doing? Happy Wednesday, brother.
Happy Wednesday. Another intro. Now I get to see a face with some of the statues I've been seeing, but didn't know who sculpted it and stuff like that. So it's good to know that, Great work. 20 years, that's a long time.
Yeah, with Sideshow.
Yeah.
Sideshow, that's unbelievable. How fast it flies by, yeah? Probably feels like the other day. Yeah.
Exactly, something like that. I just remember my first approach to Sideshow to Tom and Greg in 2002. So from there to 2004, 2 years, every month try to see any interest. In 2004, finally they make the call. So
yeah,
and here we are.
Wow,
awesome.
Yeah.
D-Rock, what's going on, man? Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday to all you guys. I'm just I'm pretty excited to be here. I might throw a question
of course,
to your way. I'm looking forward to it. I got a few of your pieces behind me, as you can see down.
Yeah.
So I'm a pretty big fan.
Cable, thank you so much. Yeah,
I love your work. So looking forward to this. Thank you for coming.
No, thanks for the invitation.
Most definitely. We got Ice. What's going on, Ice? Happy Wednesday. How you doing?
Doing good, man. Can't complain, man. Excited to be here. Wasn't expecting to go live today, man. So I appreciate you sending me that invite.
Of course. Glad you can make it. Glad you could squeeze it in to the schedule.
Oh yeah.
We got Piggy stopping by. Happy Wednesday, Piggy.
Happy Wednesday. I'm super happy to be here. I follow Martin on his Instagram, and I'm always looking at the project boards. and like looking at the Star Wars one, looking at the DC one. So I'm ready when it's time for us to throw our questions at them, and it's an honor to be here, sir. Glad
We'll be gentle, I promise.
Yep.
Dilber stopping by. How's it going, Dilber? Happy Wednesday.
Thanks. It's going pretty good. You can hear me, right?
Yeah, perfectly.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Yeah, I got my Martin Canale piece.
Yeah, I see
outlet
that.
behind me.
Nice.
Did you do that on purpose?
Mr.
Put
Cable.
the cable
Yeah.
back there. You put that.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
That's good.
And the box.
Nice. Yeah.
Nice.
That's a
I
great
appreciate
piece.
that box art too. Well, glad you guys can all make it. Let's see who's in the chat so that we can get this kick started right away. We got Luke kicking it off. What's going on, Luke? Hope you're doing well. We got Terry. Happy Wednesday, Terry. Who else do we have here? Tony, stay frosty. And we got Mitchell as well. Happy Wednesday, guys. Thanks for stopping by. If you have any questions, anybody in the chat, drop them in the chat and we will try our best to get to as many of them as we can. I have some from Facebook. But yeah, tonight the goal here, again, we want to celebrate both Marcos and what he's doing with StatueCon. And of course, I kind of wanted to celebrate Martin and kind of take a look back at his works and how I kind of feel like he kind of paved the way, for me at least as a collector. Like when I first started collecting, it was the Punisher Comic Cat, Spidey Comic Cat, like those classic pieces. So yeah, we're gonna jump right into it. Let's see. Get this screen shared here. So Marcos, CollectorZown, your baby.
What up?
You should be very proud of what you were able to put together with StatueCon and CollectorZown.
You know what? It's 2.5 weeks. What is it? 2-3 weeks to go.
Yeah.
And this is where I'm starting to freak out, right? Only because there are people calling me going, "Hey, companies now, not people."
Yeah.
There are people like last minute they're going to be there. I got 4 or 5 of those. Hey, any hotels? Yeah, that's on you. That's good. But I was like, man, there's certain things going on with these companies. You better send, if you're going to send shit, send it now. You better send it now. And then I got crickets. And I'm like, man. And then all of a sudden, today, I got a workshop saying we're sending 5 prototypes. Sideshow is like, we're sending this, and this. I'm not going to tell you what it is. We're sending this, and this. Hurry up, you're going to get it. We're sending, studio, we're sending this, and this, and this. PCS is like, I'll talk to you July 1st. I'm like, so
July 1st.
We can't predict,
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see.
But it's awesome. It's part of the excitement, though, no?
For you, yeah.
Yeah.
For you. For Piggy gonna be there. He'll be like, oh yeah, sure.
Piggy's
he'll
gonna be there for sure.
Not me.
Sure.
I'm freaking out. I'm building Magic cases today.
Wow.
Yeah, because we got those in last minute. Yeah.
I say Piggy flies out a couple of days earlier and just works out
me out.
there a little overnight. Yeah, unbox the statue.
Hey,
Why
I'll
not?
change the flight. Just help me out on the hotel extension. I'll be there tonight.
Man, also too, we got Martin is taking his time, vacation time. He's flying out soon, flying back.
Yeah.
I got to make sure to pick his, have him ready to go from the airport.
Of course,
Don't
yeah.
forget the airport. Yeah.
I got to get them all ready too. These guys, they're coming, and they're not coming because, it's not like we paid them. It's like, hey, here's 50 grand. They're coming. It's not like that. They're coming for you guys. We can talk about that later. But I'm just saying, Martin and Daniel and Anthony and Jesse, there's more Sideshow. Yeah. They're coming
amazing.
for you guys. They're coming for you guys, period. So,
And it's wild to hear how it started, right? It was to celebrate the opening of your gallery, and just snowballed, right? You obviously had an amazing grand opening because it led to collectors saying, hey, you got to continue this. So you're in this now for life. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, right?
No way
You're
to
stuck
go.
with this now.
I'm stuck. And every time I'm like, every day I wake up, I'm like, what am I doing? But only at this moment, because it's getting down to that last. I want everything perfect, and it's not going to be perfect. It's not, something's going to happen. But
Yeah.
close as possible I can do. But the experience, I already know it's going to be great because it's set. Everything's set. I just want everybody to be happy with it, and it is what it is, right? I mean, it is what it is. There's so many people. There's so many like catering and dinners and Airbnbs and people going lives and there's like 40, 50 YouTubers. It's not just statue guys. There's 1/6 guys there. There's Lord of the Ring guys. There's because we have the largest Weta display area. There's do you guys know who Mythic Legions are? 4 Horsemen.
Yeah, that's a popular game, right?
No. That's their figures. They're
4 Horsemen, the company.
The 4 Horsemen. They do figures.
Yeah, but Mythic Legions, isn't that part of a game? I think it's based off of a game.
No. It's one of the lines. I mean, I would think it's a game, but it isn't. No.
Yeah.
It's the only action figure per se that we sell, minus Hot Toy. But they have a whole street team coming, and they have merch.
Oh wow.
And those guys, and then Bandai sends a statue all of a sudden. Here you go, and then Diamond Select sends a whole case of shit. It's like,
nice.
Yeah. So there's a lot. There's gonna be a lot of eye candy to go.
What's going on, Alex, Luke, Beast? But it's great. It's great in the sense that you get as many people in the community to try to, whether YouTubers, whether it's collectors, to try to get there, and everyone's under one roof, chatting, meeting each other. That's the best part of it, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and unlike San Diego Comic-Con, where you get like, we were talking a little bit backstage with Martin, that you get some of the people that are more fans of like the actors, actresses, and so forth. This is like the collectors, like to the root of it, like within our community that we discuss, that watch our shows, that communicate with us on a weekly, daily, whatever basis. So it's only going to get bigger from here.
I'm scared. Yes.
Yeah.
But you know what you're doing. Look what you're bringing in. You got look at this. What is this here? Life-size Thanos. Like, I don't. What do you?
Yeah.
Look at this thing.
Yeah. Anybody touches it, I'm gonna drop kick them. I tell you that.
Yeah. You give them a snap.
Yeah, I'll give them a snap. That thing is heavy. That is polystone, wood, fiberglass, 1,800 pounds. It's not a plastic piece. No. It's held together. Pins. It's like a statue. It took 6 guys to put the torso.
Wow.
Head is silicone. It is it's one of a kind. Right at this point, it's one for one. It's one of a kind.
Yeah.
It is
crazy.
silicone?
Okay, yeah, the head.
Yeah.
Silicone. Yeah. Glass size.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And this is produced by Iron Studio. This is not some custom. Iron Studio
That's
did this
wild.
years ago for their San Diego Comic-Con stuff, and they have it in storage. Yeah. And I begged them for years, a year and a half ago. Nah, give it to me, man. Give it to me, man, because you guys ain't gonna do nothing with it. It's stuck in a closet. I sell tons of Iron Studio. Give it to me. They're like, we'll sell it to you.
You will.
All right. So, yeah.
That's
awesome.
Yeah,
It lights up too?
It lights up. Yep, it lights up. I tested
Wow.
it. You guys can take. So I did a whole backdrop of it, of the end game, when the battle scene.
Okay.
See it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome because if you get close to that backdrop, it gets blurry. But when you back up, when people want to take pictures, it focuses in.
Okay.
You just take pictures next to them. Yeah, it's made to take pictures. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's gonna be
Can't
epic.
wait.
And it's a statue.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's wild.
9 feet tall, look like it. 10 feet.
He's about 8. Yeah, 8'5", 8'6". Yeah, he's big. You're gonna see, dude. It's huge. Bro. You're gonna stand next to him going, damn. Yeah.
How heavy is the sword?
I don't know. That sword's probably. It comes in 2 pieces. I say combined. It's not the sword that's the heaviest. It's that base, his legs, the torso.
Mm.
That's solid, man.
Weigh 'em down.
There's
Yeah.
steel rods that go through the entire thing, and you got to plug them in like a statue.
Yeah.
Plug them in. Yeah.
Wow.
Right.
Well, huge congrats on attaining that piece. So that's staying with you for life now.
Yeah. No. Yeah. It's mine. It's mine, and I can't sell it. Marvel says no.
No way, right?
Marvel says it's yours forever. Do not
That's
touch.
it?
Do not
Wow.
sell, because then, well, it's an insult, right? I mean, you work hard for it, you get it, and then you sell it. You're gonna be like you're not getting anything ever again. So, yeah.
Just good luck moving that. I hope that's going to be
No, I'm never moving it.
That's going to be the
Nope.
centerpiece there in that area. There, yeah.
Yeah. No. I put it there on purpose. No.
Yeah.
It's never moving. It's never gonna move.
That's
So,
great. That's a.
hope you guys enjoy
addition. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
Mhm.
And then another announcement to be proud of was with Iron Studios, the collaboration with Iron Studios to
Diego.
get the Maradona exclusive.
Yeah.
This is incredible. This.
Yeah.
So you're pretty much the only distributor in North America that's going to be.
Yeah.
That could be selling
the
this.
edition size is already set. It's 150, and the difference of this 110 and Ice can tell you about Iron Studio, the 110. This one is numbered, and it comes with a certificate, a COA.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and we're the only ones that can sell it. We're very proud of this, and this is, Martin's Argentinian, Daniel's Argentinian, I'm Argentinian as well.
Yeah.
And this is, I mean, if you're not a soccer fan, I get it. I didn't want, people ask me, why in the hell did you do a soccer player for your first exclusive? You don't. This guy's very iconic in my
It's
world.
different, and it's different.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's different, right? I didn't want another variant of an Ant-Man or Evelyn or He-Man. They offered me that. Hey, would you want Quicksilver with his X-Men classic suit? Do you want this? So I go, you know what? Can you get Diego Maradona? And they're like, what?
Yeah.
Because they're a Brazilian company. So they're like, okay, what?
Yeah, they don't like
exactly.
They don't like too much idea, right?
They want Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. So I'm like, no, I want something different. I want. I even asked for my next one. I petitioned for like Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
Why can't it be? Why can't it be like Hugh? See, like Maradona is like that kind of presence in my country.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that iconic.
Well, yeah.
Never go away. You understand?
Yeah.
So why can't it be a sports? But he goes up beyond sports, right? So my next, I say, hey, I want like Martin Luther King. I want 150 of those. How? Why? Because it's different. It doesn't have to be a superhero.
Yeah,
this is all art. It's art.
I love that. Yep.
So that's it. Yeah. So there's 150 of them. Now there's probably 120. I mean, it's going to be a slow burn. This guy's going to be a slow burn. They did send me the prototype. It's supposed to be on the way from China, so you guys can see it.
Perfect.
At the StatueCon too. So
have a fair price point, and again, you're soccer fans, right? It's same in line with the other lines we're getting, like the weightlifting and so forth in the gym. If you have a bar, or you're even for yourself, if you have a bar at home or an actual bar or a sports fanatic, here you go, right?
Yeah.
But the partnership, the exclusivity, that's cool. That's an accomplishment. So pat yourself on the back for that.
Thanks, John. I mean, you're the first one to show it before and now, and you kind of figured out it's not just a statue and exclusive.
No.
It's a small company doing something big, right?
Yeah.
I'm not Big Bad Toy Store. I'm not. I'm not Iron Studio. I'm not Sideshow, right? This is something that hey, who are these guys and why did they get this?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
And this is everybody starts somewhere, right? God knows in a few years you'll be getting exclusive Batman pieces, I hope.
Yeah.
I hope.
Okay? Yeah, let's make that happen.
Okay, Batman, all right.
Little Batman, little Joker, we'll see.
I rather
but
go
awesome.
Historical. Believe it or not,
Different.
man, even if it doesn't sell, I'll store that sucker in a warehouse. I'll go historical, man. I don't know.
No, yeah. It's different. Different is what we need.
Yeah.
And this is it. You don't get this anywhere else, so
no.
It's awesome to hear.
No one's ever done this. Right. Thank you, man.
Anything else that you want to mention with StatueCon? So that's happening the 11th to the 14th.
Yep. Some people are coming in early.
Okay.
A lot of people coming in the Wednesday, the Tuesday. That's fine. I'll be in town. I'll help you out. But the days are 11th to the 14th. Of course, just like we call it a con, but it's more of a mixer expo, networking kind of thing. There's no lines. Martin Canale or Daniel are not charging you $50 and wait in line for an autograph. He will talk to you. He will shake your hand. We'll have drinks. He'll walk around. He'll have dinner. He'll sign something for you. You want the base signed? He'll talk. He'll do that. Okay. There is no line.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. There's no entry fee. There's no parking fee. We wanted to make this free. There's certain things that are going to be there, of course, to help fund it. Like Sideshow send me books and all this stuff, and we'll do like we'll do, of course, sales and stuff. But the purpose is not for me to sell you things. It really isn't. It is to just be there and meet each other, and celebrate the entire artistry and everything of this hobby, especially now when things are shifting again, and we're losing some, gaining some. The next generation's coming. There's nothing like it too. This is the only gallery in the United States of right now. It's massive. It's not a small shop. It's not a comic book shop. It's a big box full of literally thousands of statues and 1/6 figures and high-end stuff. So you can walk around.
Well,
yeah.
Look at some of the names: Sideshow, Tweeterhead, House of Gog, Iron Studios, Weta,
Diamond,
PCS, LBL. Yeah, that's awesome. And I know it's a ton of work for you, but I do think at least everyone who's attending, myself, I know unfortunately I'm gonna still try to attend. We'll see what happens. But
that'd be fantastic.
People who are attending appreciate it, and I'm almost guaranteed that they value the hard work that goes in. And it's not only that, but even the content creators. For the people who can't make it, they're gonna most likely shoot some content, and the people at home can see it. Exactly like a con, right? Not everybody can make it, but everybody can celebrate it at least.
Right. Exactly.
Marcos, isn't it also an option? Like, say for example, if you had one of Martin's pieces, like the Hulk versus Hulkbuster, just as an example, and they wanted Martin to sign the base, they can do that there and then ship it home if they can't fly it back home with them. Right?
Yeah, if you want to do that, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Wow, that's a great idea.
Yeah, we can do that. That's a good idea. No one's put it in that form before, but yeah, like everybody knows Edwin Diaz, right?
Oh yeah.
Yes. So Edwin has a piece there. He wants Daniel to sign, and Edwin only gets stuff from me because I kind of help him out. Yeah. I've always helped him out through his entire, and he's helped me out with knowledge and understanding the hobby. Yeah, Edwin's awesome. So I'm first of all, I'm free storage for his ass. I'm gonna kick his ass when I see him. But second, he says, hey, open up this box, display it for everybody to see, and then get Daniel to sign if you can, brother, and then rebox it. And yeah, we can do it that way. Also, people are reserving pieces already. That's gonna come out probably the first week before StatueCon starts, where you guys, whoever's, because there are pieces in there that are not even on our website. A lot of pieces are APs or prototypes. There's a lot of pieces I can't sell because Sideshow has taken over this. Sideshow has recognized how important this is, and they've basically are 50-50. I mean, they're I would say third. No, I'm lying. It's not 50-50. I would say they're the biggest contributor to this event. Yeah. Meaning, I reached out for Martin Canale and Daniel Bell to come out.
Yeah.
But then they doubled it up. They go, okay, we're sending 2 project managers, and we're sending this, and we're sending that, and we're sending a prototype. And today they said we're sending these 3 pieces that just came out, and we're sending 1 that never came out. Good luck. And they're doing this the same time they're doing their Sideshow Con. So it's pretty fantastic.
Will be on the same time?
Yeah.
We have it on the same time?
They start July 1st. Yeah.
Oh.
It starts July 1st through the 28th.
Yeah.
But the strong one is the week after us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah. So we were just doing that. So I mean, that's it. I mean, I don't want to take too much time. I would say everybody who RSVPs gets the itinerary. Please do that, because then I know you're coming and you get the addresses and everything. Piggy, you're going to get it. You're going to see it. You're going to get your addresses to your dinners. Everything pops up. Everything's ready to go. You got my phone number. You got my address. Everything.
What's the best way to reach out to you if people want to RSVP?
Facebook, or you can email CollectorZown.com. You can go to the website. Yeah, okay,
perfect.
Do that and say, hey, dude, I don't have Facebook. Can I do it this way? Yeah, got you. Come
Fantastic. So after the show, I'll put everything in the description, and you guys will have access to that if you want to reach out to Marcos to get that arranged.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Well, Marcos, again, thank you. Thank you for hosting this, and I wish you the most success. Hopefully everything will turn out well, and it's just going to keep growing, snowballing. Next year it's going to be 2 pages full of people going. The year after 3, it's gonna it's gonna keep on going. This isn't gonna end.
I hope so.
Awesome. Now, Martin, the man of the hour, Martin. I still can't believe it. First thing I'm going to do, of course, I have to do this, is I have Martin's art station that I'm going to put in the chat. You guys can check out. And I'll leave it in the description as well. This way you don't have to leave the show. But please, check out his art station. It is a time capsule.
Yeah.
Right? It is a time capsule of within the collecting world. If you start and see all the old sideshow pieces, that it's essentially where it all started. But let's kick it off with
Jonathan. Before you start, I'm gonna thank you all, Vision, D-Rock, Ice, Deborah, Piggy, Alan. I'm gonna dip out and go to the next show. Okay.
I know you're swamped.
I already told everybody I was gonna do it, but I'm only doing it because it's crunch time and then a little bit of time. And I apologize. I really do apologize. I will be back on the show, please, John. After
anytime, man.
Abrazo, querido. Abrazos.
Ciao, Martin.
Congrats, Marcos.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Take it easy.
Ciao.
Bye, guys.
So we could kick it off. Anybody on the panel have any questions that they would like to ask Martin?
Absolutely.
Fantastic. There you go.
No,
boy.
No, it's gonna be an easy one. It's gonna be an easy one.
Sure.
So looking at your project boards, like there's a Star Wars one with like 1 billion Star Wars characters that you worked on. The same thing with like Marvel. Of course, your latest is like that I saw was like the Batman versus Joker, where it lights up in the green.
The last one, the new one, yeah.
Yes, all fantastic work. So, out of all of those, Star Wars, Marvel, what was your favorite project that you worked on, and why?
Well, always I love the original stuff. So, all related with the Court of the Dead is my favorite brand, and. Demitile or General Reaper was my favorite one, and like I said, that piece, the one is this one, but not this one exactly, because this is the version that's come later.
Okay.
The original one is the one with the base with the helmets and weapons from different eras, right? And that was even before the Court of the Dead. Was the Court of the Dead. That was when the Sideshow had the original line from the Dead. And this was the idea, like the representation of the dead in battles. So was the image of the dead coming from a hill with a lot of different battles, trophies, right? Step over and walking. And then, but that was a very short edition. I think 300 only. So after that, this new version with the rounded base come like a Demitile. So yeah, that's my favorite. Secondly, that is DC, Batman, but especially the Joker is one of my favorites. And then come the Marvel with the Wolverine and all these Hulks and the Bluetooth and Savage characters. So yeah, this was the first piece that Sideshow worked with the DC license. So
this one here.
Yeah, this one, the Joker.
Yep.
It's crazy that you started with Court of the Dead, because that's one of my favorite lines. And that's the one statue that I keep at the desk with me.
Oh yeah.
Court of the Dead pictures. Pieces. So
yes, Mark Newman sculpted that one, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's master. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank
you.
The
Court of the Dead have a lot of this was based on some Ariel Olivetti style. So I always love his style. He reminds me a lot of the old painters, Rosetta, and have something like Beasley's as well. And he's Argentinian, and he's a friend of mine. So when Sideshow started doing some pieces from Marvel based on artists like Adam Hughes and these kind of things, they say, hey, I know this guy that is doing work for Marvel. His name is Ariel Olivetti. So if you are interested, oh yeah, for sure. So our first piece was The Punisher. So from there was some kind of go and back, and we did Venom,
Yes, sir.
Carnage, and Spider-Man inside that line.
That
as
Trinity
well.
was perfect. That
Yeah, well,
at that time, I still say to this day that Trinity is just spectacular.
That Carnage, it was so detailed.
Yeah, that was all traditional, all by hand.
Wow.
Before the digital comes to life. Yeah.
And it's interesting you actually mentioned that. I had a question from Facebook. Let me pull it up here in regards to that. For the Carnage, this was by Luke. He had wanted to know, always wondered who came up with the design / pose on this piece. Was it Sideshow? Was it yourself, Martin? Or was it a combination of both?
No. This piece was all my designs.
Wow.
I mean, in fact, based on the style of Olivetti, I did the sculptures, and then he made the art based on the sculpts. So yeah.
Oh,
fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you, Luke, for that question. And I, like I said, and I still say that's why it's amazing to have you on, because literally these were the pieces that kind of kickstarted me in collecting. I remember these releasing, and the photo of the Trinity together, the Spider-Man, the Venom, and the Carnage.
Yeah.
Every statue form exploded. People were going wild, and I still have them in the collection to this day. I almost want to go to StatueCon just to get this signed. I would.
Oh, okay. Will be a pleasure if you can do that.
Honestly.
Come on down, John.
Well, that's awesome. Piggy, did you have any other questions?
One more, and then I won't hog it because I know the other guys
Sure.
are probably dying to ask too. So I see you have a display behind you, Martin. What are some of the pieces you collect and display, or some of the artists and statues that you like?
Well, I have a lot of my own pieces there because just before the pandemic start, I was no having any cases or displays, so all my pieces was in boxes in my studio, in my physical studio. So when I decide to do some glasses on exhibitors, I try to do some exhibition of some very old at ones, especially it's not the title there, but that piece in the middle and other from there was based on an Argentinian artist, Carlos Meglia, and Carlos Tisho make a comic called Cyber 6, and I make that time my interpretation of the character comics, and he was very good friend of Humberto Ramos, who was doing work from he did the Crimson, the vampire story, and when he saw the pieces I did from Carlos, he asked him that convinced me to go to the San Diego to meet him. He was working with the Dynamic Forces, and I started doing my first job from USA through his pieces by Dynamic Forces. So we did a few pieces with him, with Alex Ross. We did a few busts also from his lines. Yeah. So that was my first steps on the American USA collectibles.
Awesome. Thank you, sir.
I don't know if that was I go
no
from the question, but
no, you answered it. Thank you.
And this was the Olivetti the Punisher comic that you were referring to. Oh, love this as well.
Yeah,
still one of my favorites. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I enjoyed it very much. I always wanted to do a new version of this one, but right now Punisher is a character that is not very friendly to bring.
Yeah, exactly. The world's changed.
Yep.
Yeah. Anybody else on the panel have any questions? I have a few more from Facebook. But you guys
I have a question.
Yeah.
Please do.
Hi, Martina. I've all your stuff just has this kind of appeal, allure to it. I didn't realize it was your work as I was getting into statue collecting, and some of my favorite pieces are the Wolverine and the cable I have back here. And I just, there's just something I can't put my finger on it, like whether it's the way you set up the macro detail and balance it with the micro detail. But I kind of wanted to know from you, because I've looked at all your whole ArtStation page, and I can't really put my finger down on like, what is your signature style? Like, because you're always pulling from all these different inspirations, yet there's always something appealing about your statues that people love, and I especially like the look of all your statues. Is there something you can kind of tell us about your secret recipe? Or
no, it's not any secret recipe. It's how, always when anyone describes me something, I visually that in my head. And anything you tell me about that figure or whatever things, I can see that in dimensional things. I start with this when I was very young doing drawing, but what I was doing was in my head in three-dimensional things. So I always feel like the 2D things was stopping me, and I was thinking about everything related with the character. How was the wearing, the outfits, the elements, thinking in a real world, right? So what I try to do when I play with some comic characters, if we are talking in relation with the comics, is how I will translate from the 2D to the physical, keeping the aesthetic we can enjoy on the comic, right? Like Cable is like a 9 heads tall, giant shoulders, like in the comics. Not trying to do an interpretation how this guy will look if he was human, because that will be like a cosplayer. It's not an interpretation from a character bring from the comics. So okay, he have volume, he has flesh. How that's supposed to be translated from the comic? So that's supposed to have skin textures. The outfit have some leather texture, some technical stuff. So I try to do that interpretations, bringing to the real life. So that is what I think maybe brings that, keep the aesthetic as comic, but bring it to life with all the tiles and textures, and trying to put some reality on the elements I do, something you saw and things that can be worked, right? That engineering things or functional things that bring some reality to something that is not a real character.
That's great. Thank you so much. When you mentioned about the cosplay, that really kind of set the frame for things, because it's often when people try to replicate the comic style, there's always kind of this they try to map that onto the human
Yeah,
version.
well,
It's not necessarily translates well, the style or the look and the feel of the character. So
well, yeah, I always try to play with that things, with that proportion, that when we watch a comic that call us the attention is usually they are superhumans or have something that make different from the regular of us. So that thing is what I try to keep, that kind of proportions, that breaking the rules about the real humans, and save what is the aesthetic in the arts related to the comics.
awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you for the question. Hey,
Franco
Hey,
stopping by.
Yeah,
Another
big friend.
Another
friend.
talent as well.
Monster
Wonderful
talent.
work as well.
Yeah. A great dude too.
Yeah.
See you soon, man.
Dick Correa, how's it going?
Yeah, I got a question real quick, but I want to chime in a little bit on the previous answer too, because it actually relates to some of the pieces I've picked that you've done. Like, for instance, the Thor that's right here. This Thor, when I saw it on Sideshow, the first thing that drew me to it was the size of that arm that's in front.
Yeah.
The way you designed that arm. So I wouldn't, I don't know if I want to say overscaled, because proportionally it's probably correct as far as length, but the muscle definition and the muscle size, especially in the tricep and the forearm, really set the statue off for me, because I remembered in the comics when I was young, and that's where I come from, the comic world, reading the comics when I was little, and these characters and like their stat sheets and stuff. Thor's supposed to be such a thick, heavy character. He was always way over the size of like even a large man would be, like heavy, 500 pounds or something crazy in the comics with his weight listed. And I think when I saw this one, I just kept looking at his arm in the front and I said, that doesn't make sense. And then I followed that up with, that's perfect. because to me, it doesn't make sense for a real guy, because you can't. There's no way you could ever get that.
Yeah, exactly.
But he could, and that's probably what it would look like, because it would be like you're seeing something that you're like, this is impossible. This guy can't be this big. This guy can't be this strong. And to me, along with your design elements of, like with the faces, like with the cable, how you bring more realism in the face, because that's a place you can probably tie some of those fantastical element, and you really put it in the expressions. And I think that ties it all together for me. But really, that kind of, the way you tied in that fantastical element just in his muscle of his arm really sold that piece on me. And not to take away anything else, because also, I mean, his costume is classic. You also kept the classic elements that made the original Thor, the colors, the costume, the design of the hammer's good. I mean, it all fit for me. And I just think it really sold me on the piece. So just to kind of relate to the question before, I think that's what
exactly, absolutely related with that. Is the way to don't do it a real guy, big guy.
Right.
It's an interpretation of a god. I mean, it's
right.
It's more than a human. It's a giant guy. It's a Nordic guy. It's coming from
yeah. And I really appreciate that about your designs. I honestly do.
Thank you so much. That is what I enjoy.
Take it to that level, yeah.
So sometimes it's tough when some collectors maybe are not too related with the real comic, if not are maybe new or just starting on and don't understand completely about the things related with the proportions or over exaggerating proportions that come from the comic. So that is what I do in the mentions before, in relation with how I imagine that can be a three-dimensional character, like how I can bring that from the comic, adding some realistic things like you are mentioned, the textures and the skins and the definition on the musculature. So thank you so much.
Yeah, I really appreciate that about your designs, and that's what draws my eyes to your specific sculpts, honestly, and your designs. So my question on top of that is, when I used to illustrate, and I'm getting back into illustration. I never had a career in it, but I'm getting back into it as just a hobby, and I'm relearning drawing and faces and different angles and things like that. When you're starting your designs, what's kind of your process? Because I don't look at I don't follow Instagram and all that stuff, so I haven't looked at your design process if that's there. But kind of what do you start with, just from a beginning element? Like, are you illustration, or do you go straight to
No, I don't draw. Okay. When I do some kind of designs, I do directly in 3D. I should start doing some mock-ups, like a basic shapes. To me, it's very important on the beginning, trying to translate the idea of the proportions and the pose and the dynamics on the scene. So the elements are maybe simple objects, but I collect a lot of reference from comics and real life elements, and do a combination blackboard with, this is the general pose, that will be the situations, this is the scene, the dynamics, the proportions, the balance, and all these kind of elements will be the ones I want to use to make a final piece. So it's
that's awesome.
I collect very different artists, designers that give me, at the moment when I'm working with that particular character, the vibe I feel I need to add to the character. So I'm from there, start translating and doing my mix of what I have in my head to the piece.
Right. Awesome.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Thank you. I don't know if that is something.
No, that's perfect, because I wasn't sure when you kind of started. Some people would start with the 2D drawing. Some people can go straight to reference or materials just to get a feel of proportion and
I do that, but in digital. I mean, I start playing with that, so it's like this maybe it's too big or small, or that thing is trying to play, and sometimes with the poses as well is trying to this is look but what if I break a bit more or add an extra? So that is the good things when you are starting a project. You have a lot of freedom on that, so you can play with many things, and sometimes you are going in one direction and say, okay, stop. What if? And you just put that, and something very cool or comes from that breaking the directions you are coming. So it's
Right.
if not,
Do
you
you
are
miss-
always to if I
Like
mess
tunnel vision.
yeah, if
Yeah.
I mess working with traditional or
Yeah, like do you miss that with your hands, the hand sculpted?
to be honest, when I'm doing a commercial, I really love the digital because give me the possibility to do a lot of options. If I need to do something personal, I really love to do by hands. But when you're working for commercials, they are going feedback from the collector, from the licensor, from
It's
your
more
boss
it's more
or whatever.
convenient.
It's more convenient. It's not more faster or more easy. It's just
Okay.
yeah. I mean, you need to do some adjustment in a physical. You need to cut, resculpt, change. You need to do that in digital. But the time working at physical usually took me 3 months, 4 months
Wow.
to finish a project. Doing
Wow.
digital is exactly the same.
Wow.
So yeah, it's all that crazy details and textures. It's a lot of consuming time because when you have the pose, you have the tiles, the definitions. You need to work in each individual part, preparing the files, doing the UVs, collecting the textures, applying the texture. Be sure that the textures on the outfits or the fabric are not too big or too small or too crazy. Something that looks like a realistic in the scale. So that take a lot of time too.
And I gotta say, I'll always relate back to that, to your art station, like this piece, for example, the diorama, the Hulk and Spidey diorama. Just seeing that photo on the right of the hand, the time you took to hand sculpt it, it just takes me back to a time with a lot of good memories. And Luke brought up a great point with this piece. My favorite is the Hulk from the Spider-Man diorama. Very hard to do, such crazy proportions and get it looking right. Absolutely nailed.
This one was 1/8.
1/8, yeah.
Yeah, what's inside the line of the 1/8 when we
1/8.
started in the dioramas 1/8. Wow. But I did the Hulk like a giant thing, so it's kind of 1/6 or something like that.
Yeah. But you did such an amazing job on this piece.
Thank you so much. And that was all a nightmare to do the cuts and so because it was so thick the part. So that was a mix between super sculpey, epoxy, wire, and things that. Oh my gosh! Yeah.
We have a question from Akira. Akira's question was, what is your dream DC, Marvel, and a random statue you would love to sculpt? So maybe we could start with DC. What would be your dream DC piece to sculpt?
Well,
character.
I did that. So I need to choose a new one, and Joker is one of my favorite. Batman as well. Okay. But I'm still really want to do a Solomon Grundy.
Oh wow! That would be very nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I really love that kind of giant monster zombie thing, hulkish.
Hold on, let me tell Sideshow to hop on here so they can.
Yeah, no, I told every time. Don't worry.
Okay.
Oh, I came acting with Solomon Grundy. Oh my gosh.
A lot of people have been waiting on the Solomon
for
Grundy
sure.
for a long time, so that would be like a day one statue for a lot of the community.
From Marvel, I will really love to do an Omega Red. So to me, it's the one who is missing between. So many times I did a Wolverine and. Sabretooth, so I really want to Omega Red. So
I know a few collectors would be happy to hear that.
Yeah. I don't know too many. I think there is not too many to justify the character. So.
And how about a random line?
A random. I really liked all related with the fantasy, like a barbarians, or more related with cyberpunk, or. Yeah, kind of wasteland, more Mad Max things, something like that. Yeah,
that cyberpunk theme seems to be very popular now.
Yeah. So
that would be interesting.
It's related with the original design, so it's
awesome.
It's kind of
Well, thank you for that.
Creepy horror characters. I love the creatures.
What are your thoughts on that succubus?
I like it. Yeah,
It's beautiful, Yeah.
That's the thing. It's a beautiful feminine piece with wings and things that is really creepy with the effects of the blood coming up from the
stunning.
From the base. Yeah, it's a really nice piece. So yeah.
Thank you, Akira, for that question.
If I could,
please, Alan.
A comment for Martin. Back in the day, I was really hot on collecting Court of the Dead from Sideshow.
Yeah.
And the very first piece that I ordered was the original Reaper General.
Oh.
The original one with the big base. With the big base, with the it was more of a storytelling base.
Yeah.
And the thing that drew me into that piece was you had designed this very ornate helmet.
Yeah.
That the new one, the new version, didn't come with that very ornate helmet, and that was outrageous. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, I don't know who this character is, but I want it. and it was a day one pre-order for me. And
thank you so much. That comes from the mind of Tom Gillian, who is the creator of the Court of the Dead. But the original idea come from the dead, come from him. So like I don't know. He was on the talk, but that piece become before the Court of the Dead was the Court of the Dead. Yeah.
Yes.
So there was the dead representations on battle. That is why all the different helmets, times, weapons on the base. And
is it this one here?
Yeah.
Sure. It is, right? Okay, perfect.
No. This is Mortiul. This is Mortiul. This is something else. But if you go to the main page, I think I can show you, because the main page on the art stations.
Yes, sir. I'm going to go on that right now.
And that was some vision that Toms have about the character with it. You have over the Gladiator Hulk. Over.
Keep going down.
Over. Up.
Yeah. Okay.
Up. Just down the Batman.
Oh, this one.
That one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Tom was have that vision about this character with a very stylised extremities with 3 arms one side. There is some poses of him. If you go up, you will see him doing the pose.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Here,
with the 3 arms right here.
Yeah. Exactly. So with that, with some concepts up, I start playing with collecting many books related with the ornaments and armories and all these things all that stuff to translate what I have in my mind and what was directed by John to make these amalgamates of ideas and concepts. So playing with the pose, proportions.
For sure. It's unbelievable to see the research and then to see it come to life. I love that's crucial.
Yeah, the magic's happening there. There is all
Look at the attention to detail in the armor
and making the base structure in metal and then covering with the epoxy and with the textures and.
For this time in collecting, this was ahead of its time. Yes. This was ahead of the time. When this came out so many years ago, this was a piece like this with the intricacies and details in the armor. It was ahead of its time.
I think maybe in relation with the collectibles in 1/4 scale, maybe, but related with fantasy things. In Europe, you have a lot of companies making amazing miniatures with details and carving things that are incredible. So
look at the attention to detail in the armor here. It's wild, unbelievable.
All that details you can go up and you can see on the leg. First was done by a photocopy, printed, doing it in paper and translate with some thinner over the epoxy. So you have the mark there and you can add in. I make the patterns and working with some art things, making some collage to create the image and then translate to the epoxy, and then over that start sculpting with the epoxy and carrying. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's
stunning.
very detailed. But that was a long project because this one was not officially aligned, and I was doing this project between others that was officially. So this project take like a the helmet. Yeah, that's the one.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I really enjoyed going crazy with this, and the freedoms I get from and support from Tom was really amazing. So
what was that armor hand sculpted?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
They're crazy.
All the process is there. I mean, it's.
Oh my God, you're a genius.
Layer of metal, thin metal, and epoxy over. No, it's just an obsessive one. No geniuses here. It's just obsession. It's
passion.
Yeah, passion a lot. That's the thing. That is what I really enjoy doing this. It's something like I'm still playing with my passion. So
for sure.
And I think maybe that is related also with the question from Dilbert, right?
Yes.
What is kind of thing? Well, that is other things I try to play with characters I really love, and I feel something related with the character when I play with him. So on that way, you can translate something on the piece. It's not just a piece you can go. Thank you, Franco. Muchas gracias, Franquín.
Get through a few more questions. Casual saying, Martin, saludos de Bolivia.
Hey.
What do you recommend for collectors to keep an eye out with sculpts, the story, the flow, anatomy?
Well, basically, if you're collectors, you need to follow your guts. I mean, what you love, and when you see a piece, what is that? I mean, you will be going to conventions and any place where you have many pieces, someone will call your attentions. I cannot say something in particular because that depends on each one of you. Have a different taste and different backgrounds, and that is why you are collecting what you are collecting. But what I can say is try to be real or loyal to your own voice. Don't see so much if someone puts 20 videos about a piece. So try to follow your instinct or
don't
your
the hype. Don't fall for the hype.
Yeah, exactly. Just go to your heart and what you really like, because that's something you will have in your home. And today, especially, it's not something cheap. It's very expensive. So it's better you really love what you are to buy. So that needs to have something special for you.
Fantastic.
So always it's better if the piece have some background, some story, some dynamics, some storytelling. That is what I try to do when I do my piece, because it's something I love to do, and I like to share with the ones who get that piece, right? That behind the obviously things, what is going there, what's happening with the character, what I can add to the base to add that little extra things for the ones who will catch that,
little Easter eggs and so forth.
Exactly. Something awesome. That make an extra story about the character behind the character itself. So
Phoenix had asked, hi guys, Martin, as a sculptor and collector, do you sculpt any superhero characters for yourself? Because it has never been, or that has never been produced, like, or even you thinking you can do better. So any superhero pieces you...
If I can do something, no license, I don't go too much to the superheroes. I start with the fantasy and the sci-fi and the horror. I really like all the creatures and the formation things and over-exaggerated forms. So I more than... if you give me to choose, I always prefer the bad guys or the anti-heroes than the regular ones. And if I need to pick one outside the work, I will go for something like original or creatures or something not related with human things. So it's.
Well, on that note, I think Vega asked a great question as well. As an artist, what do you hope people experience when they buy one of your sculptures? That's from Vega. That's a great question.
To share with me the passion I put there and how you will receive that, and you can read what I was doing there. I mean, you as collector from your side and from my side, like an artist that doing the work, we both have, or the wishes can have the same source or reference or ideas or passion about what we are enjoying here. Because I'm enjoying doing that, and you are enjoying and getting that and seeing all that story translate to that piece. So sometimes it's go well, and other maybe is I think that will be better understand, but it's not the case. Okay, well, I enjoy it. So.
Knight was asking, is there a character that you would refuse to do?
For sure, many, but for example, I will not do females because, to my understanding, the female forms are very delicate. There are many sculptors can do females, but I don't know if there are so much that can catch that sensibility. And I'm short on words in English to express that. That with very short, small quantity of lines, you can represent something very beautiful and you know. And I'm not sure I will doing a good work on that, on the way I work with my pieces. And I really admire the one who can do that. For example, Daniel was doing always, like me, female male characters, and with his first female that he kicked out.
The Batgirl is stunning.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Stunning.
This the shapes and the forms and the it's really nice. So yeah. And I don't enjoy too much. I mean, I enjoyed watching, but I don't know if I will enjoy doing some kind of animated characters, because that are two lineal things. I will try to reinterpret on my way those characters. But if I need to do something very like manga or anime, it will be like a tough, because it's too graphic. But to my taste. And right now, what I'm trying to do is doing what I love. So.
And that's what's most important, and you're of course excelling in that. So we won't change anything now.
If I need, obviously, but always.
Of course, you have the talent to pivot, but if things are going well, why do that, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Anybody else on the panel may have a question? I don't want to keep Martin too long. If you guys have any questions, please. I have. Vega asking, what motivates you to work on a specific character?
Maybe never done the character before, and I'm trying to this like, for example, I say Solomon Grundy. That is a character I will really love to do. I will love to do one more than once. I don't think so, but that thing is trying to do a character I never did in the past, and I think I can play with some ideas I have, and I can translate to that, taking some character that maybe is not so popular, and I think I can bring some ideas I have to that. That's something that give me some motivations on the times. And when I need to do some characters I did many times, is okay, I have another opportunity to do different things with a character I did, like, I don't know, Wolverine. I don't know how many times I did a Wolverine, Spider-Man, and so it's.
I remember this classic Wolverine as well with the.
Yeah, that was
wow.
And Sabretooth, So the only things I didn't like is the mixed media with the anatomy things, because
the way it laid on the body, it lies on the body.
Yeah, exactly. Because what things have the comics is the exaggeration of the musculature. So they don't draw characters like if they were wearing real outfit like a lycra or anything spandex that compress the muscles that happen in reality. So when we sculpt the piece, we don't do the real muscle shapes as if they was naked. We need to do the muscles with the compression, because when you add over the fabric expand, that need to look like the body react to that. If not, it looks like at the mannequins on the shops, on the sport shops that you see, they have some sport t-shirt over, and the muscles are like a very hard edges, because the mannequin is like a real sculpt anatomy body. So, and don't look to me close to the comics. So, for example, it's a perfect piece to add in a Red Skull, because he's not a big guy with muscles, he's real fabric. But when you apply over the Wolverine or Sabretooth, the spandex looks like more realistic, so get out from the comic vibes. So
I almost felt the Batman was the same. The Batman premium format was the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I really love the two legendary scale busts you did, the Sabretooth and Wolverine.
Thank you. Yeah,
those were really well done.
Those two.
Well,
the Green Goblin was the first piece we did for Sideshow.
Oh wow! First Marvel piece?
Yeah, the first piece ever.
Oh, first piece in general. Oh wow!
They call us and they give us to work with. So that was our first project.
Wow!
And after that, they call us to go into California to meet with them, and from there we start working like an exclusivity for
wow,
them.
wild.
Yeah.
So I think we kind of went into it, but I would ask you, from all the works that you've done, I think you mentioned your favorite, but would you stick with that, with the Court of the Dead, the General, as if you were to have to choose one to keep in your private collection? Would it be that piece, or is there one that stands out to you more from all the pieces that you've?
But I did so many, so if we make just one to choose, is
just one.
Only one.
Martin, we can't ask easy questions here. Come on, it has to get progressively harder, you know.
Yeah, Court of the Dead is the General Reaper. Yeah, that one.
That's the one.
One. Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
But what one I really enjoyed and really can jump into was Blade versus Dracula. Because at the time when Sideshow get the license,
this one here on the bottom left,
when Sideshow get the license from Marvel, I start asking to doing that, but that moment they don't have all the characters, so I need to wait many times. I think it's a few years till they call me and say, okay, you know what, we have Green Line now to play with him. So I really enjoyed that, because that is the mix, is the comic character mixed with the horror, right, with the monster things.
Precisely.
So yeah.
Amazing.
Thank you so much.
Well, I have to ask a question. Anybody who comes on the show, I have to ask a question, because it's a two-part question. First question is, of course, do you prefer Marvel or DC?
Marvel, but especially DC, but just because Batman and Joker and Vertigo was a really cool quantity of characters. I like it, and Marvel obviously, but secondly.
Okay, so
Batman
DC
and Joker are my
So we're off to a good start. We're off to a good start. Now the question is, movie-wise, who's your Batman, Martin? Who's your Batman on the big screen?
You have one chance to answer this question, so think about it.
Yeah, no. I mean, I can choose is the
we have Keaton, 1989 Keaton.
No. Ben Affleck, the big one.
Ben Affleck. Oh,
but only on the first one. Only on the first one. That dark big guy.
That dark.
I mean, I love the Frank Miller
that big bulky,
exactly. That things, but we
started off good, Martin.
No,
we started off.
But the thing is, again, if you ask me, that is the closer. We have also, after Keaton, 2 versions that can come close, if you want, to the comics.
Val Kilmer.
That kind of vibe of anatomy and things on the suit.
Yeah.
I don't really like too much when they bring so realistic. Behind the movie are amazing and maybe are the best. But the interpretation of the character when they have 2 tactical human things is kind of split from what I have in my mind from the comic. So that is when Affleck come a little more close to what, if you want, translation from the Dark Knight from Miller, that big guy with some outfit that shows some anatomy, but also some armory inside, but don't need to be some hard surface structure, right? And also you have anatomy on his neck, and his head is kind of, it's not a helmet only, and that's why, I mean, and the scene fighting on the ducks, and it's exactly like the Dark Knight, going to the walls and catching the guys with the big machines. But then the new version, the second movie with more tactical things on the armor is kind of not so much.
Not so much, yeah.
You asked it, so sorry.
No, that's okay. I think we'll squeeze in one more question, because I think there were a few collectors who wanted to ask about this. The new Sideshow Batman Premium format. Different style coming out.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
And I think what some collectors were wondering was, what was your inspiration for going this route?
Well, they're the 90s, long ears. I mean, my basic one is Ryan Boland, but it's also kind of anatomy on Beasley and John Bolton. There are many things going on there. Also, trying to go in on something more minimalist in relation to textures. I don't play with any kind of textures on the outfit because I try to go very close to a 2D, 3D translation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the cape with a lot of folds, not just in any intention to do something realistic with the folds in the capes, more an interpretations on this, on the shapes and the movement. Right, he's the knight. He's the vengeance or vengeance, and he's coming from this kind of smoke things. He's part of the creatures. So, and watching the city, right?
Yeah.
So, and I always loved the long hair.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
this was one of the passion. You put a lot of passion projects.
Yeah. Exactly. Trying to bring him in a different
different
version,
light,
right? Yeah, I mean, that's the things. Doing a character maybe you did so many times and you see so many times in the market. Trying to do something different. I mean, many people will like, many people will don't like.
Precisely.
So, but you have an option, right?
Exactly.
So, yeah, it's
fantastic.
Yeah, it's that a bit very. I mean, the outfit is basically based on the Boland, Brian Boland, the Killing Joke.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but not with that kind of anatomy. He's more lean, long stuff. So they start playing with my mix styles thing. So.
And you did the team up between yourself, George Villar, and Daniel Bell. That latest diorama. Stunning. Yeah.
I really happy. I think. I mean, with Daniel, like I said in another opportunities, we talk every day and we share files and we ask him about what he's doing and what I'm doing, and we talk about everything. So doing that project was like doing officially something we always do. So it's so easy to work with him.
It's like it's you're working with friends. It's not,
exactly. And we understand perfectly. And there is okay, what do you think about it? Oh yeah, I like it. So and that's the good things when you work with people you know and you trust and you know what they are doing. It's no issue to share something, waiting a feedback, because anything that come from that side, we need to help you. when you are working a project, any one of us, doing something too close, you lost perspective, right? Sometimes when someone saw something fresh first times and say, hey, what do you think about if you change here or there? Because that people saw for first time, so see the full things first time. You are working so many things at a time, so sometimes you can lost some point, and that's that's nice, or maybe that what he told you bring you, but also if I play on this other side, I can get, and you start getting some really productive results from that. Exactly.
And what I really like about that, and the way Sideshow seems to be pivoting, they've always been a company to highlight the artists that they work with, which is always, I've always
really appreciate it.
And what they're pulling in this year, that more attentive, like the way you guys did that round table. Oh, that was awesome. It was awesome. You must appreciate it.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. I mean, always I from the first time I start doing something related with the sculpture and I start getting the change to go internet, I always share my process and my steps because I learn by myself. So I always think it's important. Any knowledge you have, you can share with that will be make easy to others to understand that. So I always, from the very beginning, shares my step by step and my things I discovered doing some crazy test or whatever. So, and I noted that the people really enjoy that because it's not just, for example, if you're a collector, what is best that you know who is behind that piece and how that piece was done and why and what is the process, because that gives you an extra value on the piece. It's not just an object. It's
for 100%. What was your perspective? What was your inspiration while you were working? What were you thinking? It adds. I've always thought it adds to the overall experience of adding the piece to the collection.
Absolutely agreed. Yeah. So that kind of thing, Sideshow is giving the opportunity and open the game to start doing. Is really, really a big value, I think, for the community. I mean, in general.
It's a win-win for everybody, really. Yeah. Well, Martin, I won't keep you any longer. We won't keep you any longer. It's been an honor. An honor is an understatement as to what. Hopefully, we could do this again. And
I'm not very friendly to do this kind of things. I mean, I'm not very comfortable trying to speak in English. It's hard to me, and sometimes I get in a buckle of words that from the other side must be difficult. But I understand that you are all polite and you will say, "What the fuck is going on?"
No, this was fantastic. This was. I felt like you were. I feel like we've been streaming for years together, like, to be honest. But it was an absolute pleasure, and I appreciate all the hard work and the pieces. The pieces that you've been able to contribute to the collecting world, and collectors have been able to display your art proudly, and the excitement you've brought into homes. Really, like I said, for certain collectors, you kickstarted them into the hobby. And it was a different world, different price points. It was just, sometimes you look back and you say, those were the golden years of collecting. So
I think all we need to give a big thanks to Mr. Randy Bowen, who was the one who started with the things. I mean, at the time I started looking on the magazines in Argentina, in the bookstore that have bringing time by time the amazing model, the Kid Wheelers, AFM, and I was watching the magazine. Who is this guy? What? And he started. I mean, before that was the Garage Kit things, right? All the collections was Garage Kit. The figure was not painting, so you need to learn how to paint or send to someone else to paint that. And there was not official Marvel status things till Bowen started doing that, and he started bringing many characters. You say, "Oh, what?" And many characters I never knew. So start searching for that character. Who is that character that I like? From where that comes? What is the story behind? So always he was like and how you call the lights on
like
the,
an inspiration, a role model sort of thing.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
he was the one who started with this. To my understand, I'm not saying I have the last word, but to my understand, he started with this.
I think many people have the same sentiment.
On the collectible. So, and I get the luck to do an Omega Red for him just before I start working with the.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
A little bust. I offered to him to doing that. He say, I always wanted to do something for you, so I offer this. I will do Omega Red bust. If you like it, you buy me that.
Oh,
yeah, that's awesome. Wow.
He say, I like it, and I want you do more pieces for me. Was when Sideshow called us and offer the exclusivity. So I say, Randy, so sorry, but
that's interesting. That's very interesting. Wow.
Yeah. So
wow.
Yeah. What's that?
That's
but at least I get one of my pieces on.
And he remains a friend, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I never meet him like a continuity to call him friend, but it's a big inspiration, and I really thank with him for the opportunity to do that piece. So
fantastic. Well, again, thank you, Martin. We
so
wish you the best.
Each one of you. Hope some of you go into the event.
StatueCon. Yeah.
If not, maybe on the future we can do something on another round of this one.
Can't wait to see.
That was awesome.
I can't wait.
That would be fantastic.
I see you, Piggy, right?
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Charge Piggy though. You got to charge him double. You know?
No.
Charge him double. Guys, everyone tuning in, thank you so much. Everyone in the chat who spent the evening with us and who's watching the replay. I'll put all the information you need in the description on the YouTube description after the show for StatueCon, Marcos, contact information, and so forth. And again, most importantly, I'm going to put in the chat again. But please, if you haven't done so, please take a look at Martin's art station and make yourself a coffee, sit back, relax, and just go through that. Again, that is a time capsule that you don't get to see every day. So please enjoy that. Martin, wish you all the best, and again, thank you so much for your time.
One of you, and, nothing. Muchas gracias.
That's it. All the best, guys. Until next time.
Thanks, Mark.
Take care.
Amazing.
Take care.